Hey there, sports fans. Mike Crook coming at you with another episode of Laces Out. In episode 18 this week, we're going to touch on the upcoming season for the Denver Broncos as the NFL kicks off this Thursday, as well as a quick recap over Florida State's impressive win over Alabama and what CU can do to right the ship after a very disappointing loss to start the season to Georgia Tech. So stay tuned. So the preseason is done and the NFL finally kicks into action this Thursday where the Cowboys travel to Philly to take on the defending Super Bowl champions. But that's not where we're concerned on this channel. In this channel, we're mainly concerned with the Denver Broncos, who are coming off an impressive 3-0 preseason and looking to make a lot of noise in the AFC West this year. But the question is, how do we think that they're actually going to fare? Well, if you watched last week's episode of Laces Out, you'll see that we started to do like a ceiling and a floor for both CU and Florida State. And I think we'd like to do the same thing for the Denver Broncos. So this year, coming off an impressive first year for Bo Nix as a rookie QB, honestly, the floor for the Denver Broncos, not that much worse than last season. Honestly, the floor that we have for them, 10-7. A lot of these games are going to be winnable. And there's going to be some games that are actually going to be, on the fence, as most games are against, similar caliber teams, where honestly a coin flip could decide who's actually going to come out the victor. But the ceiling is what is most impressive. We actually think that the Denver Broncos, if everything pans out, injuries are clean, things like that, the Broncos could actually go 12-5 this year, potentially knocking off the defending however many time AFC champ Kansas City Chiefs. Finally. Could that happen? Potentially. All the pieces are in place in this offseason. We could have version 2.0 of the no-fly zone on defense, and this offense has just gotten even more better with players like Evan Ingram coming into the mix. Bo Nix having a full season under his belt, being a little bit more mature in his reads and things of that nature. So we'll see how things pan out. Next up, CU. I don't want to harp on that loss too much from last week against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets just because I suffered through the exact same thing last year with Florida State, and it was hard to swallow. It was a game that FSU should have won, and the same thing could be said of CU. I mean, Georgia Tech's first 3 possessions were fumble, and what was it? Fumble, interception? I don't remember. But either way, 3 turnovers by Georgia Tech to start the game, and CU could only muster 7 points off of it. I mean, that's not a good recipe for just dominance against your opposing team. And there were also other points in the game where it just seemed like reads weren't quite right, like passing just was not quite as crisp as you would hope it would be from a quarterback of this caliber. But there's hope. And hope is in the form of a blue hen this weekend as Delaware comes to town to take on CU at Folsom Field. And not going to lie, this team probably shouldn't be a pushover team, but something tells me that CU is going to come out with a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to play lights out, trying to fix all the mistakes that were made last week and overcome all the adversity and make sure that they don't put themselves in another position where a game could come down to a final drive. So I actually see CU bouncing back nicely in this one, coming away with at least a 2-touchdown win, if not more. Florida State. Oh my God. I'm still on this high from this game last week. Like, it was just insane. I still can't get over it. A lot of fun. And no qualms about it. I don't even know if we'll have another game with that kind of electricity unless it was a Miami. Unless it was Miami, I can't see another team coming into Doak Campbell that's going to have this kind of just energy with a possible win on the line. So, but Florida State now turns their attention to, what was it, East Texas A&M, I believe? It used to be like Texas A&M Commerce. But, I don't foresee this being close at all. Literally, I can see Florida State walking away with this one with possibly a 4-touchdown win, if not more. I mean, you never know. Depends on how quickly we go up and how soon Mike Norvell maybe wants to start pulling out starters and things like that. But don't cash your chips in just yet because Florida State has had some adversity in years past with FCS opponents. I don't need to remind Florida State faithful of Jacksonville State. Oh, it was like, what, a Hail Mary pass to upset Florida State in Doak? Like, let's not have things like that happen. And let's not have teams like North Alabama come in and rock the world against our starting quarterback. We love you, JT, and we definitely have missed you. But I think Tommy's doing a really good job so far after one game of his spot under center. Yeah, we don't need any sort of FCS letdown this weekend, and I don't think there will be. I fully see this coaching staff keeping these kids grounded and not being too full of themselves after last week's win. They're going to come to work each day, and they're going to make sure that they walk out of Doak Campbell with a very decisive victory Saturday. So early morning kickoff, noon Eastern time on the ACC Network. So there you have it, folks. A very quick episode of Laces Out this week, episode 18. Yet again, work is just crazy, so not a whole lot of bells and whistles on this one like I would hopefully like to get in the next coming weeks, but we'll see what life has to offer. But before we close, I do want to get this out by tomorrow, Thursday the 4th, with the start of the NFL season, because we do have two fantasy groups going on, one for College Pick'em, one for Pigskin Pick'em. And I know that the college season already started last week officially, but if you still join our group, which is public entry, we will still drop the records and points scored from week 1 will not count, obviously, because I was the only one in the group at the time. So join the group. And, yeah, we'll see how many people we can get in. If we can get enough people in, maybe there'll be a cash prize at the end of the season. Who knows? Same thing with Pigskin Pick'em. Join the group, free to join, and top entry, maybe a cash prize if we get enough people to join. So we'll see how the season goes out. But, yeah, links in the description somewhere. Definitely follow the link in our bio if this is on whatever social. We will have links out there on our Linktree for all of our fantasy games. So thanks again for watching. Again, if you like the video, share, subscribe, like it, everything. We greatly appreciate all the love and support. And until next time, take care.